Hey everyone, this is Rob,
And Michelle.
and welcome to Bunebape, your weekly podcast and everything you need to know about old school RuneScape. Alright, so this week up on the docket, of course, as always, we'll be starting off with any updates we have for you this week, which luckily is not going to be a lot from me, but luckily
I was like, wait, I have a
is
lot.
going to be a lot from Michelle.
Yeah.
She's been doing a lot, so we'll be going over that. And then we'll be going into the updates for this week, which is actually not many.
Yeah, good thing I have a lot of stuff going on in my account.
Yeah, not a ton to go
I
over
will be
this week.
carrying this episode on my back with my account updates.
That's okay. We do have a few things to go over, so we will include that, including Jagex account updates, the regular update, as well as our ever infamous or famous questions.
Infamous? I'm like, what? What is infamous?
I mean, depending on who you are, I'm sure that it's infamous with one person.
True. They're like, God, I hate that they do this.
Yeah. But before, of course, we get into any of that, Michelle, how's it going?
It is going really, really well. I've had a super busy week. So I mentioned it last week. I'm doing bingo this week, actually. Not winning. It's been a really hard this time because I don't want people playing 16 hours a day because I asked people who, like a couple people straight up told me they were going to be kind of busy.
Yeah.
And I ended up being busy too, which I'll talk about soon. But yeah, we're in like 5th place, I think. We have 30.
Last.
Yeah, not last. There's 10 of us. We have 38 points. First place has 88 points.
Nice.
Yeah. And our cards right now that we are struggling with are a Zenite Shard, which won't be too hard, but then any Masori armor, any Torva armor, any Godward Dungeon hilt, and the Black Tourmaline Core. So I've been trying to do the Masori for the past few days and like super, super struggling. Right now, I'm like literally doing Kraken while we record because pets and jars are an extra 3 points and I've never gotten a jar. It's like weirdly stressful. It's funny because bingo's fun, but it's like everything else is fun with RuneScape. It's fun when you get the drop and you can like check it off. But when you're grinding it, it's like, what am I doing?
Yeah. Also, it's funny that you keep calling it bingo because this is nothing like bingo.
It's not a bingo. I'm calling it bingo because I don't know what to call it.
It's a scavenger hunt.
It's kind of like a scavenger hunt, yeah.
That's not even kind of it. It is a scavenger hunt.
A quick rundown of it. It's called The 15 Cards by Leisha Locke. She streams as well. We get up to 15 cards and 5 cards at a time that are random based on tier. So all of ours are elite because there were 10 points and then 1 hard, which is worth 5. So the reason that they're harder is because they are elite cards. There's also Grandmaster, which we are not pulling because they're insane. Like one person, they have to go get a shadow. And I'm like, no, absolutely not.
Yeah, and in case that was too quick for anyone, because I
was trying to make it really quick. Sorry, was it too fast?
That was kind of quick even for me, just so everyone can easily understand. She's playing a game where there's 5 items that all of her team can hunt for, and she can do this for up to a total of 15 items, only completing 1 at a time, though.
Yeah, and we can sacrifice 3 cards during the entire event.
Okay.
So we've already sacrificed 2, which is kind of horrifying because I don't know how we're going to get Masori and Torva.
Yeah.
Those are the 2 I'm most worried about. I mean, other people on my team aren't worried about it, and I'm like, you're not?
Oh, you mean each of the grinds that usually take as long as the event exists
Literally. I mean, all it takes is someone getting lucky. Spoiler, I got a purple the other day, so I was really, really hoping it was that, and it was another ring. I've had 4 rings now.
Yeah, so, well, really, that just means that, I mean, it is pretty easy if you think about it. It's a 50-50 chance, either you get it or you don't. So it's pretty high.
Thank you for that. Fair. But yeah, so been doing a lot of different content. I will start out with the TOA because like I said, I got the purple. 2KC after that, I got my 3rd pet.
Nice.
Dude, actually insane. So my 3rd pet was at 176 KC. It was 41 kills since my last pet. It's just, I mean, it's nice because I got us 3 points for our team. But at the same time, now I'm less motivated to do TOA because before I was like, okay, I'm grinding for Masori, and if I get a pet, like, that'll just keep me grinding, even though the Masori one's gonna suck. And now I've already got a pet, and I'm like, oh god, now it's only Masori. Like, it's a lot more pressure,
I mean, there's no rule saying you can't get the same pet twice.
There is.
There is? You can't get
each
the same pet
you
twice?
can only get once.
That doesn't make any sense.
Well, someone could just go do a Chaos Ellie over and over and over again.
But I mean, okay. Yeah,
yeah, you know what I mean?
Well, okay, maybe just discounting that singular boss, and then, because I mean, the chance of you getting the same pet is actually even lower the second time, so I don't know why.
You can even lower the 3rd time.
I mean, actually, it's the same exact % chance, but
Actually, it's 50% you get or you don't.
Yeah, it really is.
I hate that. It's so true though.
So yeah, I don't know. That doesn't make any sense to me because it's like
It makes sense to me.
if you get 15 of the same pet, it's like that would be astronomical odds. But also, it's like why would you get no points for 1 through 14?
But yeah, I get what you mean. But I mean, I get it. Maybe she change the rules in the future because she's very open to suggestions. I just didn't make any suggestions personally.
Yeah.
But yeah, so that's all I've gotten in TOA this week. The ring, nobody wanted to split. There was only 3 of us, so I got 4.7 mil, which is nice. Yeah.
Wow.
Huge gains. That was my first purple and 54 kills.
Wow.
So like, it was a 174 kill count.
Wow.
But, I've also spending a lot of time at God War Dungeon this week.
Yeah. A lot of items.
A lot of items. Not in my name, unfortunately. But I got quite a few splits. I got a Sarah Hilt split for 10 mil. This was before we got the God War Dungeon Hilt card. Also, any drops that we got ahead of time, like we got a Hilt like day 1. That doesn't count because we didn't have the card to get a Hilt then.
Yeah.
Yeah, you can't save up your cards for later and be like, oh, I got this 3 days ago. You have to get it when the card is active. I almost said cat.
Yeah, the active cat.
Yeah, the active cat. Also got Tacits, which was 5.2 mil splits. 3 different bandos.
Were there 5 of you there?
There was like 4 of us, I think.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah, we were just going like in big groups.
Unfortunate.
We've been going in duos. We've also been going like all of us almost.
Yeah, I think duos would be the best because I think 2 people makes those fights a lot easier.
I think 3 is ideal. Me and Miss Pistachio were doing duo last night, and I was getting messed up.
Oh, was that when you were trying to tank bandos with no shield?
I'll talk about that in a second. I ended up getting a shield.
And not praying melee?
Listen.
You sound insane.
I misread the wiki. Someone told me to bring a fang.
Yeah, you can bring a fang.
They didn't realize I was
You didn't
tanking.
bring a shield.
I know.
Regardless, you didn't bring a shield.
I was too lazy to buy Dragonfire shield. Someone was like, it's 5 mil. And I was like, I know. I ended up using Din's Bulwark.
It doesn't make any sense.
I was praying like whatever the attacker was praying. I don't know why. I wasn't praying melee. But even when I was praying melee, I was still getting messed up.
I'm almost certain without praying for melee, you can get stacked out for like an 85 from bandos.
Probably.
So I don't know why.
Well, I was wearing like Justicar and stuff.
I don't know why you were using praying
I'm
melee.
lucky that I didn't. I didn't die. We ended up just telling out.
Yeah.
But yeah, over the course of the week, we've gone to bandos like various times. I've gone 3 bandos chest plate splits for 15 mil each.
Nice. That's pretty good.
That seems wrong. I wonder if I accidentally wrote down. I don't know. I mean, that totally could be right. We've been going to God War Dungeon a lot. But it was nice. During the beginning of the week, Shout out Doofy was letting me borrow their shadow. And oh my god, this shadow smacks bandos. Like immediately.
Well, actually, bandos is just really weak to mage in general.
Yeah. I want a shadow. Basically. I already wanted one, but now I like extra want one. I was using it in a lot of different places, and it hit so much harder than the Bofa, because the Bofa is my next weapon that I always use.
Yeah.
It was so good, man.
Well, yeah, I think I mean, obviously you weren't soloing, but I think the primary strategy for bandos solo is with freezes and mage.
Yeah, that was my preferred way of doing bandos, was definitely freezing rather than tanking. It was like me, Strawberry, and I think PV and Oblivion, we all had shadows at that time. So we were just like freezing it, and then we'd kill it in like 20 seconds or less.
Yeah.
It was amazing. Yeah, I never want to go back to normal tanking. Even like I would just wear regular mage gear and bring my Sanguinesti and freeze it next time, I think.
Yeah, well, it's also...
It's harder to freeze it though because you know as much
There's
mage.
multiple ways to do it. Like you can do ranged tanking, which is pretty cool. But I mean... Yeah, you don't have any experience with that, but also the melee tanking, you don't really have experience with that. So you don't know the strats for like...
Yeah, I think melee tanking in the past I did at Krill, not bandos.
Yeah, but I mean, they're both pretty similar. I guess bandos, I think, does melee a little bit harder, but also...
I think so, because I was getting way more messed up. I was surprised because I thought I'd be fine.
But also, I'm also certain there's like tech for walking under him, which avoids melees, and
yeah,
also...
I started walking under him sometimes to heal.
Were you wearing full Justy?
Yes. I was.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's why I wasn't getting stacked out.
Yeah, well...
As much.
Yeah, I was like, I don't know about that.
I think in the future I also wouldn't bring brews, because when I'm drinking the brews, my defenses are lowered.
Yeah.
And it was horrifying.
Well, it's not... That's not the difference between you dying and not, though. And you can stay there for so much longer. If you have brews and guthans, you can stay there for like almost... I don't know, not forever, but like a really, really long time, like hours.
Yeah, I don't know. I definitely like the mage freezing method the most. In the past, I'd done it the last bingo actually. I'd done it where I was doing full range, but I would like bring a couple mage items and freeze it in the beginning
Yeah.
and wait till it's frozen. It's just annoying because sometimes you're just splashing over and over, just running around the room as it chases you trying to freeze.
Yeah.
Even with the shadow that was happening.
Yeah. I think well, I haven't done this, but the method that I really want to try is I think 5-0 or 7-0, whatever.
Oh, 5-0 bandos.
Yeah, just the no hit one because it seems pretty interesting.
Yeah, I have no interest in soloing. We went to Sarah again last night, me and Miss Pistachio. We didn't get any drops there, unfortunately. Oh my gosh, I also got 2 God Sword Shard drops last night. One of them from a minion, which is a 1 out of 16,000 chance.
Yeah.
That was kind of funny. But yeah, at Sarah, she left and I was like, I'm gonna try and just do one more solo. And I do not like soloing God War Dungeon bosses, man.
At Sarah?
Sarah, I was able to do it.
She's really easy.
I was like also I was out of restores, but I had brews, so I was chugging brews and then using range pots to get my range back up.
Oh, that's funny. Well, I mean, the best part about Sarah is you don't take damage.
You do from the minions.
Yeah, like really, it's only from the mage minion.
He's never even been to Sarah. Have you actually?
I
don't
have
know.
actually definitely been to Sarah. I know this boss. Like you didn't bring. Like I like to bring the I don't know. There's different strategies for it, but I like to bring the serpentine helm because what?
Oh, to damage the minions.
Yeah, the strategy is you hit all the minions and then Sarah, and then you run around, and like by the time you kill Sarah, all the minions are dead as well.
That's what like one of the methods is saying, but I wasn't sure if it was like actually that good
No,
because
it
it was
is.
just like suggested. Like they weren't saying like definitely do this, you know?
No, yeah. Usually you'll kill.
Maybe I'll do that next time.
Usually you'll kill Sarah, and then there might be like 1 or 2 hits left on each of the minions.
Oh, okay.
Because and you don't want them to die too quick either, because then they'll respawn.
Yeah, I'm familiar with that from trying to do the combat achievements where all the minions have to be dead.
Yeah, so that's what I like doing. Like you can do it without the serpentine helm, but the helm makes it 100% poison chance, and the
I was doing blowpipe as
the
well.
blowpipe gives you lifesteal, so that's nice too. But yeah, I don't know. That's what I like to do, and it was. I always thought that was by far the easiest boss to solo.
Have you heard of I think it was like the slingshot something at Saradomin?
No.
So it's this, I don't know, I don't remember exactly what it's called, but it's something similar to that. Miss Pistachio actually taught me. It's then if you're in a duo, you have each other standing diagonally at different corners, and neither of you take damage because if it's aggroing you, you just stand there, let her walk towards you, and the other person hits it 3 times, and it turns around and starts walking to them, and you just do that over and over and over.
Yeah.
So Sarah's just always like, I'm coming for you. I know I'm coming for you. But if the other person doesn't hit fast enough, it does get scary, and she'll just be like, she'll be able to get to you.
Yeah.
Happened a couple of times where I was like, oh shoot.
I've only ever done like the traditional method where you're both just kiting her
yeah.
with bows.
That's what I was doing until Mrs. Ashley was like, what are you doing?
Yeah. I mean,
I don't mind it.
yeah, it's easy either way.
It's easy if you just want to get the kills done faster. Because obviously that other method, you can't attack when she's aggroing you. So
Yeah.
it does make it a little bit slower, but it helps you save supplies.
No, yeah, I guess so.
Depends what your priority
It really only saves you like a stamina pot, I guess.
Yeah, but I mean, if you don't bring enough stamina pots, that's vital.
The only reason I didn't camp those bosses for long enough is because I couldn't bring myself to go get Bones to Peaches.
Oh, yeah, no. It's kind of necessary.
I think I spent like 5 minutes. No, not really. I spent like 3 hours doing telekinetic grab and then was like, all right, this is not fun content. And then I stopped playing.
You'll do it eventually. Just do it over time.
I doubt it.
You don't think you'll ever get it?
Yeah, maybe not.
I mean, I don't know how much is needed on an iron.
It-
It'll be interesting whenever you go.
It's probably very needed on an iron.
I'm excited for you to go there actually on your iron to see like how lucky you get because you actually need the drops.
Well, yeah, of course.
It's more fun to hear. 'Cause,
I've never got a drop at Sarah, unfortunately.
How many KC?
I think like 60 or 70.
Okay, hopefully soon. I got really lucky. I got the crossbow like 40.
Yeah,
Which is cool
I've been
for
unlucky
me,
for
but
sure.
that'd be so much more fun to hear from you getting the crossbow at 40 because that would just be nuts for your account.
Yeah,
For
I
me,
mean,
I'm like, oh, I don't even use this crossbow anymore.
yeah, the crossbow would be really nice on the account.
That'd be
but,
so cool.
yeah.
Maybe that's something that I'd be like, maybe I'll log into the GIM for a day just to go and help you there. I love God of War Dungeon.
You wouldn't be able to help me. You're like 1,200 total.
I could do whatever I want.
You don't even
Do
have
you have to
access.
do a quest?
Yeah, you don't even have access
what
to the
quest
God
do you
of
have to
Wars. Well, do you have to do a quest? I know you have to have like at least like a certain like skill level to get through the door.
I feel like I'd be able
You
to.
also have to have actually Sarah's the one boss that has a really high requirement. It's like 70 something agility.
Well, okay. I was gonna say we go to Bandos, and I was like, never mind. I wouldn't survive Bandos on that.
Yeah, I think she's the only one with a high requirement
I don't know. I
because you have to
don't.
get down the rope, and I think the
Is
the
the
rope.
rope that high?
It's either that one or it's the other one I'm thinking of is Kriara
Ugh.
because
Kree's one you have to swing
I know she has the
across.
swing, so maybe that's what I'm thinking of. I forgot one of the
There's
bosses has a
definitely a
really high
rope, but I don't
requirement.
know what the requirement is.
Yeah,
I tried to look up my GIM, but it's not showing all my stats, so I don't really know
it's
what's
probably because
happening.
you haven't logged on in forever.
Probably got hacked.
I don't think
If
so.
this is correct, though, I'm 58 agility, but I thought I was higher. I don't know.
I
Well,
don't
why
know.
am I suddenly having like an urge to play? You know, it's because I'm doing the bingo and I have to focus that I'm like, I should play my GIM right now.
Yeah, maybe.
But yeah, no, it's been a lot of fun when we get drops. When we're not getting drops, it's kind of stressy. Also, demonic gorillas suck.
Yeah,
Went and did those. We had to get a ballista frame. Thank God Wonderlish got spooned that drop because they take so long for me to kill.
I
I think I'm
think
just bad at it.
I think it's kind of unfortunate. It doesn't either. Either your team's not getting lucky, or I think kind of like your team isn't really in comparison, especially to your last team. Your team isn't really grinders. Like they don't sit at one thing until
That's
they
true.
get it.
Last time I did specifically seek out some people that I knew, like STD Takedown from Twitch, because he has like 32,000 SERP KC. So he actually does not mind only doing one thing forever.
Yeah, and
I
no,
think a majority of people like myself don't like doing that.
yeah, no, what's it called? No, like shade, but also kind of surprising how broke STD still always is.
Because STD, I mean, he drinks and he gives away gear like Oprah.
I guess.
He
Well, yeah,
literally says it when he's drinking. He's like, I'm feeling like Oprah. And he's like, do a
he's
bond giveaway. And I'm like, oh God.
because he never has any money
I know he doesn't.
like ever.
It's so weird.
Yeah,
He just gives it away, I guess. Or like
either
he
way,
loans people gear and forgets.
you've gotten but yeah, you've gotten like the few people on your last team were really like kind of known for doing that, and the people on
Hmm.
your team now aren't.
Yeah, I wanted to try a different strategy, and this one is just like people who do a variety of content, which isn't the best for bingo.
Yeah,
But I do like talking to my
it's
team.
also
They're all pretty chill.
I was trying to like figure out. I don't know what it would be honestly. I think this is a
Oh,
hard
did I tell our name? It's the e-girl carries.
gross, but it's
You hate women. I thought it was funny.
it's
We're
like
all girls.
an easy or it's like a very difficult thing, but I thought it'd be cool to have like some not end game PVM things in the bingo
There
because
is, but we're only doing elite cards, so it's all.
what is like which like what?
Oh, they have like Kraken stuff. They have Barrows items.
Well, Kraken's PVM, so is
Oh,
Barrows.
I thought okay.
I don't
You said
know.
in-game PVM, and I was like, Kraken's definitely not in-game. No, there's Barrows.
Kraken, I don't. Yeah, I guess it's not in game, but the requirements are also fairly end game.
Yeah. They also have items that you could just get from Clue Scrolls. Some of
Yeah,
them, and like Angler's outfit, things like that.
Angler is the only one that I would really consider kind of what I was thinking of. But I was
Yeah.
like any skilling thing or anything like that, because it's like unless you do a raids level content, you're like pretty much not going to participate in the bingo.
Yeah, no, there's literally a team that's a just for fun team, and they're all doing the easy cards, which are just like, go and get this from a Clue Scroll, go and get an
Yeah,
Anglers.
yeah,
There's a lot of those. It's just they're not worth as much points. So it's obviously the more annoying later in the game things that are worth more points.
yeah. I guess I like the ones like the Ring of Endurance, but there's not like
Yeah, last time we got
many.
Ring of Endurance, we ended up sacrificing it because we couldn't get that.
There's not many things like that, I guess,
Mm-mm.
for skilling that you could do.
Yeah. One card that we had actually was the Golden Tench.
Yeah.
That one's one for sure. The skilling one. We ended up sacrificing that yesterday. We're supposed to sacrifice it today, but there was a misunderstanding and it got sacrificed.
Yeah, rest in peace.
I know Miss Pistachio was literally grinding for it, and then I saw it. We got rid of it, and I was like, I had to like message her because she was streaming. I was like, you need to stop.
Oh well.
But yeah, no, it's been a lot of fun. Kind of stressful because like I'm nervous about what we need. I'm not. I just hope we get lucky. I think I'm putting a little bit too much pressure on just myself too, because I'm thinking I've only got 2 Masori items ever, and I'm like, okay, but there's 5 other people on my team. It's
Yeah.
not just me. I need to remind myself of that. But also, what's been distracting me this week is I started a part-time job.
Nice.
Really bad timing for that though, considering it's bingo week.
I mean, to be fair, I don't know if you'd be grinding the entire time that you'd be working either.
True, I would be doing at least a little bit though.
Yeah, maybe.
So, basically, I'm just helping like make candles and
Plus, it's
package
only
stuff.
been 2 days.
Yeah, but this 2 days is like a quarter of the bingo link.
I know. I'm just saying. You're like all week. I'm like, it's been 2 days.
Okay.
You're not even
shush.
working today.
I'm not because today would only work. I have to message him. It's like weird. It seems like every day we're just deciding if I'm coming in the next day.
Oh, that's
It's
cool.
yeah, it's like a contract thing. It's only for 4 to 6 weeks, but it's cool. I'm just like helping make candles, so I smell nice all the time. Robert's been calling me a little candle keeper.
She is.
Yeah, it's like pretty fairly easy work, but oh my god, my back hurts so bad.
Yeah, she's not used to being an adult, so she has like a baby back.
No, the tables are. I keep telling Robert this. The tables are really low. Like everyone there's back hurts. Because I was even asking someone who's been there for months, like, how do you deal with the back pain? And she was like, oh, you don't. My back just always hurts. And I was like,
Yeah.
oh. The tables are like thigh length, and you have to hunch over on like the opposite side of them to do stuff. But anyway,
Funny, every time someone this is gonna be such a like obscure reference, but I used to watch a lot of like this guy on YouTube, Bro Science Life, and before he got really popular, his videos were really funny. And
did he stop being funny?
as he got more popular, it's kind of one of those things where like his videos became like less relevant and or kind of just like played out. Like his beginning stuff was funny because it was like super relatable.
Yeah.
And it was like just
Now
like,
is it just like rich people problems?
now it's just like really ridiculous stuff. Like it just continued to get more and more ridiculous. The beginning was like funny, like beginner gym tropes, and then it like progressed into like just ridiculousness.
This reminds me of a cooking show we were watching, and they're like, "Oh, do you guys ever do a thing where you DoorDash food from 5 different restaurants because you can't decide what you want?" Everyone's like, "Oh yeah," and I was like, "What rich person nonsense is this?"
No, yeah.
Imagine, do you remember? That was nuts.
That was weird. But
they were like, so relatable, bro.
It's exactly like that, where it's like all right, now it's less funny because it's less relevant.
You're like, I don't even know what that means.
Yeah, but originally it was always funny because every time I think of someone talking about like their back, I'm all like thinking of him saying, he's like, get a big back, leave a big coffin.
Wait, what?
I don't know why it's so funny.
That's what I want to do. That's actually my goal in having a part-time job.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Just get a massive back.
But it's cool. I also had 2 other interviews this week for other stuff because this is just temporary. But I like this place. Other than the back pain, I like it because it's just 4-hour shifts, which is what I want. And they seem pretty flexible with hours, considering I also never know when I'm going to work. But yeah, it's pretty cool. A little bit distracting, but I'm a working gal now. I told Robert like how it's crazy I work more than him now. And he said, yeah, and you still don't make as much money as me, which is kind of cruel.
Well, let's I never said I wasn't. So
I said that on stream how he said it, and someone was like, no way he said that. And I'm like, have you ever spoken to him? Of course he said that.
Well, what can I say?
It's
I'm really
not
funny.
Wrong. One other thing, I've been doing a War Thunder sponsorship this week.
Yeah, War Thunder is actually really fun.
It is really fun. I actually created a short for it that I'm going to be posting later today. I've also been posting shorts. Check it out on YouTube, Bunebape. So yeah, I'm gonna be ending it on Saturday night or Sunday morning, but War Thunder, it's like a free-to-play MMO. If you use my link to use a new account and do 5 battles, hitting an enemy at least once, I get $15. So, check it out.
Yeah, it's pretty cool. It's obviously you can kind of tell by the name, but if anyone doesn't know what it is,
War Thunder.
yeah, you can play as
game.
you can play as a tank, like World War II style. You can play as a tank or
airplane or ships.
Airplane or ships or submarines. And
I didn't see the submarine. I just like playing as a tank.
You can definitely play submarines. And it's cool because you start in like World War II, World War I type stuff, and it goes all the way up to modern day stuff.
Oh, I didn't really catch on to that.
Yeah, it does because you can actually pick the current battle tank.
Oh, I just don't know what tanks are called. So to me, these all just seem like made up names.
Yeah, it's the M1A1 Abrams.
Someone in the chat like showed up that actually plays War Thunder and was like telling me about like a tank I should choose, and I was looking at like a list of all of them, and I'm like, bro, I can't even read this list. Like, I feel like I'm dying.
Yeah, I like it because
it's so many letters and numbers combined.
I like the the historic aspect of it.
Oh, I like it because I think it's fun to run around as a tank.
Yeah. No, for sure.
You also get multiple lives. So if you have like 3 tanks, you get respawned 3 times, which is nice because sometimes I get smacked immediately.
Yeah, it also depends. You can have more or less lives also.
Yeah, I haven't had more than 3 lives at a time. So
yeah. I think it depends on what type of like tanks you're deploying and stuff like that. It's really cool. Oh, sorry, but it's really cool because like I think I like the part where it kind of shows you how tanks were actually used in the battlefield because like a lot of people would just imagine tanks like rolling up and then like, blowing stuff up.
That's
But
kind of what I thought until I started playing this game.
yeah, tanks are actually just like really big metal snipers.
Yeah. Like, you could
And
just hit it in the wrong area and it doesn't do anything.
yeah, so like
Which is my issue.
yeah, it's
That's not the
really
best shot.
like you have to make sure you're shooting in certain spots.
Yeah,
and
they do a
also,
tutorial to help you with that.
like if you have, it's like it teaches you positioning really well, which I think is really important in games in general. But
Oh, positioning to get them while they can't get you.
yeah, just in general, like it's really important.
Bro, I played it for 2 hours the other day. I'm probably going to play it tomorrow night too. And the amount of times that I spend like 30 seconds aiming, waiting until this person's perfectly in the right place, and someone behind me came and shoots me, I'm like, are you kidding me?
Yeah,
I get way too like focused on one person. I just like stop looking at anyone else. But it was a lot of fun. I was playing with some people from stream. Kat got stuck in a bunch of rocks for 10 minutes. Doofy went to save Kat, fell into the rocks and died.
nice.
I went to go watch Kat and I noticed them and immediately got shot by someone else and died.
Nice.
This other person I met because I was playing the game, I was just watching them go because I had already lost all my lives, and they went next to a bridge, accidentally hit the side of the bridge, fell into the water, and died.
Good.
That's gonna be in my short, and I'm just gonna post something about us being the dream team or something, because it was just like a series of what are they doing?
Also, as
It's
a
really fun.
random,
You can tell it's all like dying. We won most of our games. It's just those are funny.
as a random aside, Michelle's actually gotten really lucky at Kraken. She's gotten full mystics while she's been doing this task.
Oh, I have? Nice. I haven't even noticed. I'm just trying to get jar pet. Dude, I'm like going really dry on the jar. The drop rate's 1 out of 1,000. I'm 1,600 and I've never gotten it.
Well, if you think about it, every time you kill the boss, it's 1 out of
I know.
1,000.
I don't like to think of it like that.
Yeah, which is 0.05%, I think.
Ew. But yeah, it's just weird because I've got the pet at 800 and I still haven't gotten a jar. But this isn't even one of my cards. I'm just hoping I get a jar while I record because honestly, all of our cards are way too attention needing for me to do while we record.
Yeah,
I'm not gonna be raiding while we record.
I was gonna say if you were like a little more, just like even a little more comfortable at Nex, you could do that in mass pretty well without, especially with the changes for the coughing changes. I don't know if they put that in yet.
Oh, with the helm?
Yeah.
I don't remember if that was on a poll or it was going to happen.
I think that was going to be like a
Unpolled,
unpolled
but
thing.
later.
But yeah, like they
Okay.
haven't done it yet.
Yeah, I don't remember exactly. But
That was actually something we can mention because that was in our last podcast. We talked about Poll 79.
oh yeah.
And since then, literally every single thing on that poll passed by a large margin.
Yep. The only one that I was like a little iffy about is that the winter tot is going to count. The phoenix is going to count as a skilling pet now.
Yeah.
So like, what does that mean for Tempe and?
I don't think they're going to change anything about the other ones, but it does set a weird precedent.
Yeah, I mean, I still hope that we get like a normal fire making pet someday.
Yeah.
It's just
I doubt it, but
it's
yeah.
really weird. Yeah.
I don't know. Either way, it's it's pretty cool.
Did you have any updates? I had so much. Sorry, I like had such a busy week. Whenever Robert was like, "There's no updates. It's gonna be a short episode," and I was like, "At least I've been doing a lot."
Yeah. No.
And it wasn't all just TOA for once.
No. I'm really excited about the poll passing, but besides that, I don't have any personal updates. So
Anything that makes you want to log back in?
Not really. Like every once in a while, I want to log back in, and like sometimes I do just to like. But then I like think about.
You're already paying the monthly account.
No, because I already paid the year, so I'm not paying.
True.
It's free.
It's free. Don't think about how much you spent at first.
Well, actually, I saved money by buying the whole
That
thing.
$100 wasn't real.
It wasn't $100.
Was it not?
It's only $60 for the whole year.
You must have been grandfathered into the old deal.
I'm pretty sure it's $60. I
I
could
don't
be
remember.
wrong. Either
This
way,
was a while ago.
It's a lot cheaper for the whole year. It's pretty much the price of like 6 months.
Jesus.
Yeah, honestly, sometimes, because obviously I watch your stream like every time you stream, and sometimes it makes me want to play. Yeah, sometimes it makes me want to play, but I don't know. It just takes like a lot of time, and sometimes it feels like a job, and I don't like playing when it feels like that.
Yeah.
So,
I mean, only play when you want to. You don't have to be that serious about it.
yeah, I think I'll come back obviously soon, but yeah, I don't know. I'm still
It goes
kind
through waves. Every few months you go hard again.
I'm still kind of on hiatus. I'm not one of those people that just plays one game forever.
Yeah, I
So,
am.
Yeah, I've never been that type of person, which is why I have like experience with like
Every
so many
single game I
games.
can mention, Robert's like, "Oh yeah, I know that."
Yeah, not every single game, but
Feels like it.
a lot of them. Anyone or especially the cheaper games because it's easier to justify that than like every $60 game that comes out. But
Right?
Yeah, I don't know. That's why I kind of have more experience with that because I like playing different games.
So have you been playing anything the past week you want to talk about?
Not really.
Just secret games.
Yeah, no updates on any games. I was just playing here and there. I did log into RuneScape, but I really didn't do too much. I just kind of
Logged in, just looked at it.
I logged in, hit a few rocks, was like, what do I want to do? And then I was like, oh, I think I got busy doing something else. So,
Yeah, fair.
yeah. But either way, we can go into the actual update for this week, which you actually we'll just start off with accounts real quick.
Yeah, let's
just because it's pretty
let's
fast.
get the boring part out. The Jagex Accounts open beta.
Yes. So for anyone that has been living under a rock, they've been updating us with this almost every week at this point.
It's
And
kind of
saying
obsessive.
saying that more and more people are getting added to the Jagex accounts or open accounts and stuff like that. But now it's actually open. Previously, only 50% of participants were allowed in, but now anyone that wants to make a Jagex account can. So it's pretty cool. Upgrade today to benefit from a stronger password, improved multi-factor authentication with backup codes, and access to all your characters from a single login. So this is actually what I think myself and a lot of people were waiting for, or maybe a lot of people, I don't know. This is what I was waiting for at least, because you could make the Jagex account before that would, like using their launcher and stuff like that, but it wouldn't provide the additional security of a stronger password and multi-factor.
Yes, there was like no point doing it yet.
Yeah, so there really wasn't any point. But
Now there's a point.
you can actually participate in this open beta, which I'm guessing will just slowly turn into the actual thing in a few months if this goes well. And you'll be able to, like they said, get a stronger password, multi-factor, backup codes if you lose anything, and access to all your characters from a single login. You'll still be able to use RuneLight from this. You'll be able to open several instances of it. And this is an unconfirmed report, but I have heard people on Reddit saying that they've felt like changing worlds while using the Jagex open account beta launcher. It seems faster.
Sometimes it takes a while for me.
Yeah, I don't know.
I thought it was our internet though.
I'm sure it's not much faster. It's probably not really that big of a deal at all, but people have noticed that potentially you change worlds faster.
Could be interesting.
Yeah, who
Could
knows?
be very handy.
But either way, so it seems like a pretty needed, very, very needed upgrade that has finally, hit everyone. So now you can finally actually use RuneLight in a secure way.
Yes.
Which is nice.
They also do say that they want you to read through the blog post saying like how to do everything before you make an account.
Yes.
Before you upgrade to this kind of account.
And
That's how they call it.
They do say that it is the people who are trying to hijack your account who have the most to gain from you delaying your upgrade. So don't delay. Don't give them the opportunity.
Oh my gosh, that kind of scares me.
That's literally what they say.
Oh, now I might have to do it. Why'd they say that? They're fear-mongering.
Yeah. So this is the one time where they say that they'd like to reiterate the account security is a major concern.
The one time they'd like to say they don't reiterate.
I was going to say the one time that it actually seems semi-genuine.
Oh, okay.
They've said that for years, and this is,
Oh, wait, I just read the rest of the sentence. Now I get it.
Yeah, this is, 10 years in the making for OSRS. Finally.
Account security is a major concern.
Yeah. That'd be like having a bank with no guards, no doors, and be like, security is a big concern. We just ordered a bunch.
Pretty big deal.
We just ordered a bunch of guards. It's like, you hasn't been open since 1910. It's like, yeah, that's fine. It's not a big deal. We're getting guards now. It's like, okay, a little too late.
Than never.
A little too late, but it's fine. It's getting a little bit better.
They're in the spirit of it.
Now the next big step forward would be to have some form of actual support.
Ooh,
Supposedly
they do
crazy.
on Twitter.
Supposedly they do have an account that says support, but
oh, that's just my alt.
Oh, nice. That makes so much more sense. Either way, they do have a full guide on how to migrate your accounts as well as upgrade them, installing the launcher and everything you might need with a very well done infographic from what I can tell.
Yeah, they have some pictures to help you out. We won't go over this because the pictures are more what you need to see where the certain buttons are.
Yes, and they do have everything you need there. So check it out if you need any help, or if you've ever downloaded a program, it's pretty much just like that.
Cool. Perfect.
Yeah. Moving on to the Easter event. This is something you have some actual personal experience with, right?
I do. I did the Easter event earlier today, actually. I was going to record it all to like make a short on it. And then I realized at the end I wasn't recording.
Nice.
So instead, I just made a very short video of me showing off all the gear. And I'm like, I don't even know if I'm going to make a video out of this.
That's
so
cool.
We'll see. But I'll read through the event and then I will.
You can always do it on another account.
I could always do another account. I'm going to read through what they wrote about the event, and then I'll give you guys a little bit of a spoiler warning for like a minute whenever I tell you the rewards.
Yeah, in case you didn't know, big spoiler, there are bunnies involved.
Robert, seriously? We didn't even say spoiler alert yet.
I know. I'm the
Should we
worst.
just cancel this week's episode?
Also, imagine you getting Torstal seeds and it not being blue.
Oh, like not worth much?
Yeah. Torstal
seeds.
Only
worth 14K for 2.
Torstal seeds have dropped in price so
exponentially,
incredibly dramatically.
It's weird.
It used to be Torstals, Snapdragons, and Renars were the 3 most expensive, not even close.
They used to be like 30K each, right?
They used to be, I don't know, a lot more. And now Snapdragons and Renar, really just Snapdragons, but also kind of Renar, are the only expensive ones.
Yeah, it's interesting.
Unfortunate.
Oh well. But anyway, the Easter Bunny is back, and once again, he needs your help to keep egg production on track. In what seems to be a recurring tradition, the fate of the entire holiday rests on your shoulders as you use your best detective skills to track down the Easter Bunny's egg mold in time to feast on the chocolatey goodness. To kick off this year's event, head to Varrock, where the Easter Bunny is hanging out between Varrock, West Bank, and Zaf's staff shop. So if you did the Halloween event last year, it is in the same exact spot. And they've made it all Eastery. They have like randomly little lambs there. Like if you right-click it, it says examine Lil Lamb.
Okay.
It's cute, and they got little chickens.
Oh, so they have you just roaming around.
No, they just made it more Eastery. Tracking down the egg mold will be no simple task. You have to navigate through conversations with all of Gertrude's children, and they're a pesky bunch. Can I say I only thought she had 2 kids? She has 4.
I thought they were talking about her cats.
No, that'd be cute though. You have like your cat speak amulet.
Yeah, that's actually what I thought.
That'd be adorable.
No, I was like, I figure she has a bunch of cats.
Remember during her quest, how she's like, "Oh, my kids are." I thought she only had 2 kids, and those were the same kids in her house. She actually has 4 kids.
She's just.
I guess I thought the kids were moving.
Yeah. Okay.
They're so pesky, in fact, that they wouldn't even tell us where they've hidden the egg mold. So you're on your own. We can reveal, however, that you'll be rewarded with some Eggciting fashionscape for your efforts, some hot-to-trot headwear, and a fearsome new weapon. Lastly, here are some words from Maud Manked, who developed the event. Hey gamers, it's official. My first piece of content being released into OSRS is here. Words cannot express how excited I am for you all to delve into the Easter event this year. After being a scaper for over half my life, it's been heartwarming to work on the game I love, to produce a fun experience for you all. It's been delightful working with so many talented, enthusiastic, hardworking people to produce this fun seasonal event, which should get your brain ticking. I'm ecstatic to work on some really awesome projects coming throughout the new year. 2023 is going to be amazing for OSRS. The art team has done a fantastic job with their awards. The art team never misses, unlike my AGS, but you should have done that for me. I look forward to seeing the Easter awards being used in-game. Confident there's one reward the community will try some interesting challenges with. Stay safe and happy scaping. So, spoiler alert starts now. The one that I think there's going to be some interesting challenges with. I think they almost did this for the year anniversary. We talked about this before.
Is it the shovel?
No, it's the very large bronze dagger.
Oh.
It's a huge bronze dagger that your character literally drags on the ground. Like that sword that you get from
the
minigame, the smithing minigame.
The giant founder.
Yeah, the giant's founder. It's like that. It's just a giant bronze dagger. They almost just introduced that for the 1 year, and I guess a lot of people were like, I really want that. So they brought it back.
Yeah.
People are totally going to use that in raids and stuff, and I can't wait to see how it's utilized. It's really funny.
Yeah, that'd be cool.
I had my character in a bunny outfit the entire time, too, and I had it walking instead of running, so it was just slowly dragging it.
That's cool.
The other drops, the other one that I'm actually going to use all the time for clue scrolls now, it's a new spade.
Yeah, I was about to say, new shovel.
And it looks like a carrot.
It's funny because someone made a post whenever this first came out, and they're like, PKs are in shambles because it's not protected when you die. It just turns to like cash or something. It just disappears on death.
No, I need to get more.
Yeah.
Oh, I guess I could go Diango or whatever.
I think it disappears in 20 plus wildy, obviously.
I was going to take on every clue.
Yeah, I don't remember exactly what it was, but yeah, it's like not kept on death. So
lame.
They're all like PKers or clue scroll hunters are in shambles.
I know, that's sad.
Because they always kill you just for your spade for some reason.
Because they love spades. Someone in my chat was saying how they like to bring like 100 plus spades with them whenever they do clue scroll. So if someone PKs them, they'll just get like a bajillion spades whenever it drops.
It's like 1,000 spades.
Yeah, why not?
Nice.
But yeah, it's really cute. It looks like a carrot, like even like leafy on the top of the handle. And it said it could only be used for treasure hunting.
Oh, for clue hunting?
Yeah. It says something like that whenever I try to dig somewhere else.
Maybe they don't want you to use it for like like quests or something like that.
Yeah, I don't know. I want to use it everywhere. It's very cute.
Yeah.
And the final item that you're gonna really like is a bird's nest hat. So it just looks like a normal bird's nest with an Easter egg in it, which is cute anyways. But you can change it so it's a little chick inside.
Oh.
It's a little chick on your head.
I don't know how they would do this, but I would really want it to just be like an interactive hat where, or not interactive, but one that's like animated. So like every once in a while, a little chick will like pop out, like pop its head out, and then
Oh
like
my
tweet, and then like go
god.
back into the hat.
They could totally do that. They
Yeah,
do all kinds
I
of
think
things.
that'd be cool.
Oh, I love that. That'd be adorable. This little hat reminded me of a few years ago when they did the yellow hat challenge and
The banana hat.
the banana hat. Yeah, they were doing a banana hat, and one person suggested that it was just like a duck on your head. And
Oh, I love that
I
one.
know. I'm so sad we didn't get it. I actually kind of wish that that was the thing because it was so cute. But
Oh,
yeah,
that's cool. Yeah, it's like a little yellow chicken
yeah.
on
I just
top.
pulled it up for Robert. It's really cute. It looks like a little peep.
Yeah, it's really cute.
But yeah, the Easter event is out. I would recommend it. There's some very cute things that you can get, and just like the most unnecessary dagger in the entire game.
Also, if anyone knows the relevance between colored eggs and bunnies in Easter, let us know because I still to this day don't know.
The bunny gives birth to the eggs,
Oh,
and we eat them.
never mind. Thanks, everyone. We're good to go. Never
Yeah,
mind.
we're good. That's all. Anyway, moving on from the Easter.
We have the actual
Not update. This is not,
not
the day
update, but the actual news that isn't just Easter related, which is going to be the new skill pitches poll for anyone that again
yet.
has
Is seriously living under a rock.
seriously not paying attention to what's going on in the game. We have the 3 skill pitches: shamanism, taming, and sailing. They all have been actually put into a live poll at this point. It'll be running for quite some time. Make sure to actually check it out and give your votes. There are a few that will tell them what you're interested in, what even potentially multiple skills you're interested in, or if you just don't like any of them, you can
Yeah.
let them know a bunch of different things to help them better understand where the community is at.
For me, I said that I'm interested in seeing all 3 of them like further expanded, and I did not choose a favorite because I don't have a favorite.
Exactly. You don't have to exactly pin down one that you really want. If you just want to see all of them fleshed out a little bit more so you can make a better decision, you can do that as well.
Yeah.
Beyond that, we have the Bounty Hunter Rewards beta. Like we said last week, it was opened to the public, so you could check out the rewards specifically, not actually the event itself.
So naturally already changes.
Naturally, there are some changes from the feedback that people took whenever they went and tried them out, which is nice. They actually made it so that, because like I said, I thought it was kind of weird. The Stadius armor, the low level Stadius armor, didn't give any bonuses. It only
Yeah.
gave defense. So now they made it so all of the pieces actually give a strength bonus, which is pretty nice. And they also, in combination with that, made Vesta's gear also a little bit stronger, just making it a little bit higher in strength than the Stadius, which does make sense because that's kind of what it's used for.
Yeah, overall, everything just was a little bit lackluster. It wasn't hitting as hard as they seemingly promised.
Yeah, all of the low level gear that they said would be really good
Was not.
was not really good. It really was just good for defense, but none of it really provided any or many, if any, damage increases. So they actually added strength, range strength, regular strength, mage strength to all of the gear, and also increased or not mage strength, but magic bonus. So now all of the low level 20 defense gear for the rewards have been made quite a bit stronger, so you can check those out.
Slightly less low level.
Yeah, it's really, really nice, actually. I think that was a really good change because even though I don't PvP, that is something I noticed that was kind of weird was the lack of damage on all that
No,
gear.
yeah, definitely.
Also, some more changes were the weapon imbues. We're largely happy with how the imbued variants of several weapons are shaking out. However, we made some small changes to the Dark Bow and the Abyssal Dagger. So now the Dark Bow imbued, although many of you feel that the Dark Bow is much improved by the imbue, we've seen suggestions that the delay between hits makes its special attack easy to eat through, and it struggles to be viable as a result.
It's funny.
For anyone that has never seen the Dark Bow, it has a very long animation for its special attacks.
30 seconds.
So for the second week of the beta, we've tweaked the imbued Dark Bow special attack so that both arrows land at the same time. So I've seen videos of this. I haven't actually done it myself, but not only is the animation very long, but the arrows like they said here, didn't land at the same time. So it could land, you could eat, and then it could land.
That's hilarious.
It didn't really make sense. So now they will both land at the same time. So give your feedback on that.
Cool.
Now, lastly, we have the Abyssal Dagger imbued. So remember what we said about no longer living in the shadow of the Dragon Dagger? Well, it seems that statement has aged a little too well. To recap, the imbued version comes with a nice accuracy increase and ditches the damage reduction component of the special attack. Combined with the set effects of the ancient warrior gear, the dagger is seriously consistent and hits extremely hard. We'd like to rein it in a little.
Just like the low level other gear did, supposedly.
Well, the thing is, the only thing that the Abbey Dagger suffers from, in my opinion, is accuracy, because it has a guaranteed second hit for its special attack if the first hits.
Okay.
But also a guaranteed miss if the first one misses.
Oh.
So
See, I've never used it. I forget.
If you combine the Abbey Dagger with very accurate gear, then it is much more deadly than normal.
Mm-hmm.
So I think that's what they're kind of running into here. So what they did is we'd like to rein it in and add back a 5% damage reduction to the special attack. We're open to further tweaks on this one. Our aim is to make the Abbey Dagger feel good to use without making it feel like a death sentence when your opponents equip one. I think this is nice because I still think it won't be used a ton, but it does seem like it's better than the DDS, which is always nice to see.
Yeah.
So
I know the DDS, that's like 20K.
Yeah, literally. So it's nice that this is getting changed a little bit. And yeah, so that is all of the changes. There is some more changes to the ancient warrior weapons. We've enabled them. That's the main change.
They weren't in it last week, if you remember. It was only the armor.
Just the armor, yeah.
So now you can try it out.
Yeah, so now you can try out all the ancient warriors. So obviously this includes the Stadius Warhammer, Vesta's Longsword, Vesta's Spear, and Zuriel's Staff, along with Morrigan's Throwing Axes and Javelins. So all of their stats are unchanged from the versions that already existed in LMS. So if you're used to it, LMS or Deadman mode, then obviously it'll be the same as normal. But if you want to try and using those with your new and improved like 20 defense accounts and stuff like that, then you can definitely obviously try that out in the beta.
Cool. And again, they do just remind us about the Jagex Accounts open beta, so go and try that out as well. A lot of betas going on.
A lot of betas.
There's always betas going on.
Or as the English say, the betas.
The betas. Such something like diabetes. Some other small changes. Players can now toggle a Make X interface for fletching darts. This setting is toggled off by default for existing accounts, but can be enabled in the settings menu. If you're making a new account, this setting will be toggled on by default and needs to be disabled if you want to turn it off. The mobile client will now remember whether or not your minimap was expanded the last time you logged out. The Soul Bear will now ask players how many charges they'd like to add, rather than just using all the runes they have available.
Nice.
I guess, yeah, that'd be an issue. Zealot robes now provide the resource-saving bonus to ensouled heads on the ground, meaning those of you looking to save valuable ticks by dropping your ensouled heads before reanimating, or reanimate them without ever picking them in the first place, will have a shot at preserving them. Fixed a bug in Tombs of a Masket, where freezing a warden just as it was waking up would simply remove it from existence.
Nice.
Love that. I wish I'd seen that. Honestly, I would be pissed if I made it all the way to the wardens and someone freezed it as a joke and we had to just leave because we couldn't play anymore.
What if it just died immediately?
And it says out of existence. It's not dead.
Well, what if it just went to the next phase?
Oh, well, then that'd be fine. But it didn't.
But what if?
Oh my god. Okay, never mind. Praying an altar will now reset the timer on any prayer point draining effects. We've also applied this change to player-owned house pools, the Falador Elite Shield, and various raid rooms. Fixed a bug where the Occult Necklace was not being dropped upon death from the Max Med and Zerker modes in LMS. Still deleted on death in one defense pure mode where the necklace is offered as a starting loadout item. Players can now check the number of charges in their Revenant weapons and the Wilderness boss upgrades while in the bank interface via a new check option. Previously inaccessible music tracks from Castle Wars, Clan Wars, LMS, Volcanic Mine, the False Island Underwater Area, and Trouble Brewing have been made available on the Deadman world. Visiting or attempting to enter the relevant areas will unlock these tracks. Activity high scores that previously had a minimum KC of 30 have been expanded, so the new minimum is now 25. So
huge.
As you guys know, this has been going down very, very slowly by week, like by 10 or 5.
In the next 5 weeks, it will be 0.
Yeah, we think. Again, we don't remember them ever actually saying this.
Because they probably didn't. But either way, finishing up with Crack the Clue, as always, for anyone that's still interested in that.
I'm interested in if anyone will ever figure it out.
A new note from Mom, or MOM.
Oh. I thought you were calling Luke's mom. I was like, I don't get it.
It literally
the note is signed
Mom. By Mom. And then it is, for anyone that cares, max med week for ranked loadouts.
Yep, at the PvP arena.
Yep, and that is, I think, about it for this week. There has been some interesting stuff, but
Not much.
Not a ton to go over.
Like I said, good thing I did a lot of content this week.
Yeah, I mean, it is exciting, the stuff that is happening. It's just
Totally.
not a lot of new stuff is happening. So,
Not much to talk about when you're on a RuneScape podcast.
yeah, if you are interested in PvP, though, I guess it is a really exciting week for you because you do get to try out your full loadouts in PvP in the beta worlds, which is nice.
You get to see how those weapons work.
Yeah, that's pretty big. And with that being said, we can probably move on to our Q&As to finish out the episode.
So our first question is going to be from Matt over on Instagram. So, what are your thoughts on fire making as a combat skill? So, it'd be implemented in different ways. 1, fire arrows. 2, torches that can be thrown at enemies. 3, lighting fires act as a barrier and they burn the enemy that tries to cross it. And 4, new fire-based spells, a combination of fire making and magic. I like it. I don't know how it... I mean, I'm really bad at thinking about skills, right? I don't know how exactly it would work because it seems like they might just be too similar. You know, like arrows and torches being thrown, those would just both be ranged. The last one be mage. I think that a lot of these are things that should be in the game, though. Like, especially the arrows on fire. That just seems like something that'd be in RuneScape.
Yeah, I could see that.
I think that we even talked about that before when we were talking about skill things.
Potentially. I think it would be cool to add, like, different... Because this is something that a lot of people have, like, kind of brought up recently with the new skills. How they're all like, oh, this skill interacts with combat too much.
Mm-hmm.
And I kind of feel like that is kind of, like a forehead moment, like, duh. Like, that's kind of how, like, the game is supposed to work. Like, if you had mining and mining just only was mining and it didn't interact with smithing, which then interacted
skills are supposed
with
to interact,
other stuff, like, that's kind of the point. Like, you don't have just singular skills, which I think makes the game better because it's like, I know a lot of people will be like, oh, I only like PVM. It's like, and like, I don't know, that doesn't seem like a real factor to me. Like, that just means that, okay, you're limiting yourself, which is the same as Iron Man, which is like, why are you crying at that point?
Mm-hmm.
It's just like, that's something you chose to do. That's the game's played as a whole, not as PVM.
What do you think of this, like, being implemented, though? Fire making as a skill, like combat skill.
I think that'd be cool to, like, add a couple things. Not from every skill, but from some skills, I think that would be cool.
Oh, to implement into combat as it is already.
Yeah, because, I mean, even Hunter has things that's combat. Like, they have Chinchampas.
True, yeah.
Like, that's not a Hunter thing, but it is a combat thing. So it's like, I think it's kind of cool when they add stuff like that, because it makes people, well, whether they like it or not, like, it makes them, like, venture into other things. Like, for a lot of people that only like skilling, eventually some of them will get into PvP or PVM eventually because of stuff like that, potentially.
Yeah.
So I think it's cool to have it in reverse as well, even if some people will be really vocal about not liking it. I think some people, or at least I've even experienced this, like, you'll get turned on to certain content because you were doing stuff you never intended on doing.
Like, in this case, you do PVM, and you're like, hey, I really like fire making.
Yeah, exactly.
I'm going to go to Wintertot.
Like, there's plenty... A really good example is, like, a video I saw recently that reminded me of it is, for anyone that's ever played Black Desert, it's a really fun MMO that has, like, some of the best combat I've ever played, which is why you started playing, but it actually has some of the best skilling in any game I've ever played.
Really?
And I know a lot of people that play that game just for the skilling.
Oh, nice. Okay.
It has some of the best PvE and PvP combat, but a lot of people just go because the fishing is really fun, or like there's trading. Like,
That's
you
cool.
can actually do like trade routes carrying like a bunch of cargo and stuff like that. There's like
GE.
Yeah, there is. And so there's tons of stuff you can do in that game that is unrelated, but you never would have actually interacted with that, but it ties so closely to your progress in combat that you kind of had to participate back in the day.
Yeah.
So it's kind of the same here, where I think it's always good to have that. So I would get behind something like this, where it's like, there's not a whole branch of things in fire making that like is like, oh, this is just the arson part of fire making.
Whenever I first heard the question, I was like, fire making as a combat. And I was like, oh my god, this is arson.
Yeah, it's like, oh, I want to do PvP. I got to get 99 fire making for the flamethrower. It's
for
like
the Molotov cocktail.
Yeah, it's like, that would be ridiculous, obviously. But having a couple thing where it's like, oh, this is really good against this certain mob early on, so maybe I should get it.
A quality of life flamethrower that we can use for farming to get rid of weeds.
Yeah, there we go. Or you can just
get the
anti-weed thing, like everyone tells you to.
Auto weed?
Yeah.
Never. Actually, once the Tithe Farm updates out, yes, I will do it. But for now, never.
Yeah, I think there are things like farming, like maybe that doesn't really make sense to have any combat stuff in farming.
So you wouldn't want a whole new skill. You'd just want like updates to fire making.
No, just yeah, like a couple things that make sense, like
Okay.
lighting stuff on fire and it doing more damage makes sense to me.
Yeah, no, it makes sense to me. Honestly, I was joking about Molotov Cocktail, but like a RuneScape version of that kind of feels like it makes sense too as a ranged weapon.
Yeah, but
You
like
just have to keep a tinderbox in your inventory or something.
if you're like trying to like shoehorn in like, oh, there's this tree that does poison and you have to have 91 farming to make it and it's untradeable, so now you have to have 91 farming if you want to get the special kind of poison. It's like that's just weird. The fire making makes sense.
It's a little bit too much, but yeah, I think that it could be cool. Like half of these, most of it, I just feel like totally makes sense for in the game, and it's weird that they're not there.
Yeah, I
The
agree.
fire making on arrows too, especially because I think they do that during some of the barbarian quest things a little bit, like whenever they die, or no, you light their coffins on fire or whatever.
Yeah, and I think the one of the more interesting things is like the lighting fires to deal damage would be cool because that could also be another potential way for low or no combat accounts.
True.
So I think that'd be cool too.
I like that. Okay, cool.
Yeah, but moving on, we have one more question, I believe.
Yes, this one is from Harger over on Discord. In a hypothetical future, for the Christmas event of 2023, an untradeable item becomes tradable for one day. This item is delivered personally by Santa Claus at a player's POH. However, the untradeable item is 100% random for each player and can be anything from the list of 4,939 untradeable items in the game. I thought this was funny because whenever they said it, I wonder if that was counting all the new untradeables from the Easter event.
Maybe.
It might be a little bit more. To receive the gift, players must leave cookies and milk in their fireplace mantle on the 24th of December and log in on the 25th to collect the gift at the base of the fireplace. If a player has received a ban during the year, they receive coal from Santa. As mentioned, free-to-play players cannot participate because they don't have POHs, but they would get a different event in which a demon of Zamrock brings dragon weaponry to the free-to-play wilderness for one day. The weapons would degrade after 25th. So first off, what are your thoughts? I think the noobs would like it, and I think the veterans would hate the hell out of it. And two, what item do you most wish for?
Yeah, I think that'd be cool. First off, I was thinking it'd be cool if they had that. That'd be a cool event for
It'd be a cool
free to
event
play.
in general to have Santa show up.
Yeah, I think that'd be a cool event for free to play, the dragon thing.
Oh yeah,
But
that'd be
also,
cute.
it'd be cool if like the day
Or demon thing.
after, you got like a piece of like if you talk to a banker, they'd be like, "Oh, we got a piece of mail for you that like we forgot to deliver on the 25th," and it was like a random item. It would be like some like goblin mail or something,
Yeah.
like whatever free to play item. But the initial question I think is a cool idea, but I was thinking about like expanding on it.
Okay.
Because, like, I think it'd be cool if the items. One, I think you're totally correct. Veterans would hate this. 'Cause
100%.
They're like, oh my god,
Worried about the grind.
you got this item. That's great. That's oh my god. But
All
whatever.
I got was this jar.
Yeah, it's like I don't know how that influences your gameplay at all, but yeah, whatever. Anyways, I think it would be cool. I think you are correct, but I also think it could be done in such a way that was like really cool, where it's like the more things you do throughout the game, like through the event, that are like quote unquote nice things, the more chance you have at getting more and better untradables.
So like maybe during it you'll be doing favors for people and you'll be given options to be nice or mean.
Yeah, like maybe there will be
Nice or
like
naughty.
more and or like just ridiculous things for people in this event. And like maybe there'll be like, because I don't know, I was thinking like you'd put each thing in different tiers, right? Because obviously like just a low level, like I don't know, like Santa's hat isn't the same as like an actual
An infernal.
yeah, like an inferno or
Pets.
anything like that. So like those would have its own tier, which would be like a 0.0001% chance or something like that. But I was thinking the more nice things you do, the more things you could get stacked up under your tree, so you could see your progress, and then you would have like essentially a like higher chance to get like one of those rarer items.
Okay, I like that.
I think that'd be cool because then it'd be kind of deterministic in a way. Obviously, there'd be like that really lucky one random level 3 account that has like an Inferno Cape or something like
I
that.
was gonna say it'd be cool if they do like Willy Wonka style and they're like one person gets all the like all the pets and like one infernal,
Yeah, that'd
so
be
it's
funny.
just like the one person who like gets like a Kraken pet, for example, just has bragging rights, being like, I was that one person.
Yeah. I think something like that would be cool because then it's like if someone really grinded out like 2,000 favors, then they'd have like a theoretical like I don't know 1% chance to get
It would still be low.
to get like a fire cape or something like that,
Yeah.
which would be
I
cool.
I like it. I don't know how it would work because I think a lot of people would be upset if it was big untradables.
Obviously,
If I would think I think the idea is fun. What I liked the most was just the idea of using your POH for the event and Santa like coming and hand delivering stuff. I thought that was cute. It reminds me of Animal Crossing. Like on Christmas Eve, if you put stockings that you get on the wall in Animal Crossing, the next day you get like a picture of their little reindeer Santa helper in your stocking. So I kind of like that idea. Not necessarily even like the untradables. Like I would be fine even just getting like the Fashionscape Awards via that. Like
yeah.
you just like hang something up or put the milk and cookies, and you come back the next day and there's a drop for you.
Yeah, I think that'd be cool. I think the untradables is cool, but I also agree. I'd be fine with just the same idea I had where it's like you could do more and more favors and get more and more items, but they're just like regular items. Like
Mm-hmm.
it's like it goes from like maybe you get like 100 logs or something like that, and then like because you did so much extra, you got into this next tier, and like maybe the best item was like a gilded item or something like that.
Yeah, that'd be cool.
Like not a crazy item, but like a few million
A
GP.
gilded helm or something.
Yeah, it's like, oh, I did, all this stuff and I got like an Abbey dagger. Like, that'd be kind of cool.
Yeah, I like it.
It's not like game breaking or anything like that.
Yeah, I think it'd be very hard to get people to agree with this, but also events they just do what they want. So do it, Jagex. I dare you.
Yeah, that'd be funny. I think people would have a problem with it, but again, it's like so weird how like I don't know, it just doesn't really matter to that
It would
community.
just be a fun
but they would hate
thing.
it a lot.
Yeah, it could just be fun and not be that deep.
Yeah. Either way, I think it'd be cool even if it was like really low level items that they had to do for it to be accepted.
Yeah. What item would you most wish for though?
I mean, obviously just like an Inferno cape.
Would you actually want it?
Yeah, because then I wouldn't have to do it.
Honestly, I kind of want the Infernal Cape, but there's a part of me that feels like I can't answer that. But because I think I stream and I'm like publicly sharing my RuneScape account, I feel like I have to do Inferno someday. Like,
Yeah.
I've literally thought like, maybe I would just like learn Infernal off stream. I think that Megan like just got her Infernal. She was just doing it like privately. But I know that there's people who are like really annoying and be like, "You bought it if you didn't let me see you get it," you know?
Yeah. I think I would want to do the Inferno eventually, but it's not something that's really intriguing, so I don't even really want to do it,
Mm-hmm.
let alone grind it. But besides that, I would probably want the Bloodhound for the same reason because it's something
It's
that's
really
like
cool.
it's intriguing enough, but also not enough that I want to grind it out.
I would maybe want just like a random pet that I don't have. Like I don't know which one, because I like what I like about Christmas is like the little bit of surprise, you know.
Yeah.
So I could just be like, open it, and there's just like, oh, there's something shuffling in like the box or something, and then I open it, just a random pet,
Yeah, that'd
which
be
could
cool.
be one of the lamer pets, could be one of the cooler pets.
I guess
I like all the pets, so
maybe I'll want something that's like been taken out of the game because like
Ooh.
it'd be cool to get like a Bloodhound, but then it kind of removes the coolness of the Bloodhound. It's like, oh,
that's true.
how many like how'd you get it? Like how long did it take you? It's like, oh, I was
Christmas
just
event.
giving it.
Yeah, right.
It's like that's the same thing as like whenever
Well-
anyone's like, oh, increase the drop rate for pets. It's like then it kind of doesn't matter because then
That's
everyone
like,
will have pets.
That's kind of what I meant whenever I was like, just give away one of each. So then that way, like, it literally would just only be one person. So it's still kind of cool that it's them. Whereas if it was like 200 people got during the event, it would lose its cool factor a little bit.
Yeah.
It would just be like kind of weird.
Yeah, it's kind of one of those weird things where it's like scarcity creates the interest because it's
Exactly.
like none of these items are interesting. Like literally none of them.
Yeah.
But like because they're so like rare to people, that's what makes them cool. So
Yeah,
if you remove
exactly.
that, then
that's
it
all
doesn't
pets
matter.
are,
Yeah,
and I love them.
yeah. But that's pretty cool. I like the idea.
Definitely.
But I think that is it. What are you gonna be up to next week?
I'm gonna be finishing the bingo and doing the War Thunder. Also, like, I don't know if I actually said twitch.tv/Bunebape. I have a panel up for War Thunder if you guys want to download it. I looked earlier because we did take a little break for a second, and it will be ending Sunday Pacific Standard Time. So if you have time, download it, check it out. I've been doing a really bad job advertising it because bingo's this week.
Yeah.
So yeah, I'd really appreciate it. I haven't been offered a sponsorship in 4 months. So I want to show them like I can do it. I really can.
Yeah. Show them.
Yeah, I've gotten 2 people.
Huge.
But yeah, so playing a bit of bingo, playing a bit of War Thunder, and then just going back to probably raiding next week, I'd imagine.
Nice.
Trying to get better and increase my skill there. Because I
Cool.
still haven't gotten the Aqua Transmog. I haven't even tried.
Soon.
Soon TM.
Yeah.
What about you? What are you gonna do this week?
Probably just gonna hang out, maybe play some RuneScape. Who knows?
Hopefully, that'd be cool.
Yeah, nothing planned though.
I get excited whenever he plays RuneScape.
But that's it. Thanks again for watching, everyone. Hopefully you enjoyed it. If you did, make sure to hit us up on any of our social medias, which you can ask all your questions there as well, including our Discord, which has a questions section.
Mhm.
But where can you find our socials?
Yeah, our Twitter and TikTok are both Bunebapeosrs. Our Instagram, YouTube, Twitch, probably something else I'm not thinking of, are all just Bunebape. I stream 5 days a week. Come say hello to me. And also regarding the Discord, we do movie nights like every Thursday and Saturday. Basically, we've been doing movie nights because those are the nights I don't stream. So stop by for that too.
So yeah, so if watching shows,
We watch scary shows mostly.
Watching shows you want to see with people. I mean, you can also suggest stuff when they've watched also non-scary things.
Yeah, it's not my suggestions, clearly.
Yeah, it is a vote style system.
Unfortunately.
So
The shows, honestly, I just made everyone watch it. We didn't even vote. And I was like, we're watching Midnight Mass for the next 3 weeks.
gross. But yeah,
I love it.
If you want to hang out, feel free to do that. We play other games as well, so make sure to join. Hopefully you all enjoy that. And if you enjoy this, we'll see you next week. So thanks again for giving us your time, and we'll see you all
very soon. Have a good Easter, by the way.
Have a good Easter. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye. Meat Merp.